Hey folks, let's get a rip on the comment section for the Detroit Pistons for getting a power forward that averaged a career 8.3 points a game, only zero point 0.8 steals. He has his positions over being a generic big man since he got drafted in 2013, where we had like transcendent bigs like at least somebody like Anthony Davis. Oh, and they signed Jahlil Okafor as well. But this is what they signed Mason Plumlee. He have only played over his extended period of time in the NBA since 2013, 2 full seasons. The highest he ever averaged was 10 points. 11.1. But that was over a 54 game period, and that was the most starts he ever had next to 2017. The guy is now getting, after 7.2 points and average only 5.2 rebounds, $20 million. $25 million. Just that's not a power champ. I'm not gonna say any of this dumb crap, but over a financial setting for something that already busted up over the Blake Griffin pull when you guys started getting still sub 500 and still etching out ninth seed in the Eastern Conference, not scratching the surface enough. Except your first round pick from last season was pretty okay, and still nothing pushing the needle. And clutching you out of decent games. Guess who that was? Detroit. Derrick Rose, over in six-man position, and Reggie Jackson couldn't push the needle with just injury prone. Overpriced Blake Griffin now in his early 30s, and you'll waste 25 mil on Mason Plumlee that hasn't produced. God, I mean, there's guys that can be decent up in field goal position, and he's an okay shooter up mid range. But by God, can't he not do anything else? He's not that much of an average rebounder when he's getting 5.2, and yes, it comes off playing the bench, but you can at least subjugate that with his size. And with a team with lack of playmakers, like who they have, Tony Snell, Von Maker, Derrick Rose, Reggie Jackson. They used to have Stanley Johnson before he went to Toronto. So, no applicable qualities at all. He should trade him up and bring him over to San Antonio. They'll get DeMar DeRozan. So they get somebody that can probably fit their scheme a bit better. Plus, oh, guess who's there? Dwayne Casey. I don't know if they're going to fill up over a 3-year contract worth 25 mil. And then they also agreed over a 2-year deal for Jahlil Okafor that had been only averaging 8 points and was like average meh over a bench when he was like averaging 4.2 rebounds back when he was stuck in New Orleans for the last 2 seasons. Oh, and another thing, Jeremiah Grant that was like itching up playing time at from the Nuggets. He's going to the Pistons for 3 years, 60 million. 60 million. I'm sorry if you guys were confused the first time I said it, but that's the financial staggers you have. So you have a average to below average stretch forward that can at least have some playmaking values. You have a bona fide overpaid bench warmer over at the 5, and I think they're doing this because of the Drummond trade they did from the middle of the season last year. Oh, and they picked up Okafor for just big support. That a combined average is not even close to what even Andre Drummond was doing for over the past near 10 seasons he had in Detroit. So, just a pure clap. You wasted like a primordial part of your cap space on a bust and 2 bench warmers. Oh, and they signed Josh Jackson. I guess that's a positive that you actually get a decent playmaker that has improved a bit more in the shooting. But 60 million on Jeremiah Grant and then 25 million on Mason Plumlee over extensive deals while still dealing with Blake Griffin's contract. Don't you think you guys should be, trying to mellow that out a bit and try to work on stuff that you guys lack? Ah, God. And this is with a coach that made it twice to the conference finals. So you think that they would be a bit more competent over the Van Gundy mistakes, really inconsistencies over playmaking, being, getting the Palace completely destroyed, a lack of an identity, and still bothering over that you guys haven't won a finals championship since '04. God, that's a mistake. But other than that, that's practically the news I have for you right now going on to the Detroit Pistons. Thanks for watching. That's it for me. Please subscribe. That's all I gotta say. That's not even my favorite team. The Pistons are giving me a headache. But that's it.